Welcome to the Old Wilkes Jail, a place where creaky floorboards whisper forgotten crimes and ghosts roll their eyes every time another tourist says, "Is it haunted?" Built in 1859, back when North Carolina still had more horses than people, and a bad haircut was punishable by public shame, this two-story brick fortress served as the county's main lockup for nearly 100 years. It held bootleggers, brawlers, horse thieves, and at least one infamous fiddle-playing ladies' man who may or may not have been hung for a murder he may or may not have committed. But we'll get to him. These cells once packed in over 100 inmates in a single year, moonshine runners and bigamists to a woman arrested in 1895 for keeping a bad house, which, for the record, is not about poor housekeeping. It was 19th century slang for running a brothel. One room even held a gallows. And no, not the metaphorical kind. Actual executions took place right here on the property. And if you believe what the locals say, not all of the condemned left when the hanging ended. Visitors today report cold chills, sudden whispers in their ears, and the unsettling feeling they're being watched. Which leads us to our murder ballad, Tom Dula. That's D-O-O-L-A because North Carolina likes to keep you guessing. He was a Confederate veteran, a heartbreaker with a bow and a fiddle. And in 1866, he was accused of murdering his lover, Laura Foster, and burying her in a shallow grave. The trial was a national sensation. Think Dateline with hoop skirts. And Tom? Well, he spent some time right here in the Old Wilkes Jail before being hauled off to Statesville, where he was hanged in 1868. Why, some folks still argue he was innocent. Others say he took the fall to protect another woman. But no one disputes one thing. Tom Dula's story lives on in song, shadow, and some say in spirit. They say if you listen closely, you can still hear his fiddle echo through these old walls. Or maybe that's just the wind playing tricks. This place doesn't need haunted house theatrics. The real history is dark enough. You've got Civil War prisoners chained to walls. You've got runaway moonshiners dragged in after midnight chases. You've even got stories of inmates carving their last words into the wood just hours before execution. And if you're wondering what it's like to spend the night here, you're not alone. Literally. There are rumors of a woman in white who walks the halls around 3 a.m., peeking into cells as if searching for someone lost. There's a shadow figure on the second floor that tends to vanish right when you blink. Today, the Old Wilkes Jail is a museum, lovingly preserved by folks who value history and have a pretty high tolerance for the paranormal. You can walk the cells, touch the iron bars, and wonder what it felt like to sit here on a hot summer night in 1902, wondering if that door would ever open again. And as for the ghosts, well, I'll let you decide. But if your camera battery suddenly dies, or you feel a cold breath on your neck when no one's behind you, maybe it's just the past, reminding you it never really left.
I'm burning.